I see you watching me when we're with our friends. It's definitely something in the air. So let's take it from there, 'cause I know you want it. Afraid to let it show, and I know you need it. Why don't we let it grow, grow, grow? I think it's time we stop tipping on our toes. What's holding you back now, sugar? 'Cause I don't know, sure know you want it. Afraid to let it show, and I know you need it. Why don't we let it grow? Why don't we let it, why don't we let it grow, 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 grow?
What's going on, fam? It's your boy Sydney from thenakedgardeners.com. Today has been a reviving day. It's been 8 weeks since we had our Cornish cross. This is not like any other time that we have raised Cornish cross. We took these Cornish cross off to the processor so that we can sell off to the public, because with USDA guidelines, anything that we sell off of our property needs to be to the USDA inspected. If we're having customers or whatnot come to our farm, they can purchase it from us through that way. But now, attending the APA convention this earlier part of this year, we were around a lot of like-minded folks, and they were able and willing to share some of their secrets, some tips and whatnot, trying to give us helpful hints to help us to get into our poultry business, expand into our poultry business, I should say. And we tried earlier this year. We learned a mistake. We had about 110 chicks, and I think we just had them a little bit either too early. Might have been a bad batch. It might have been a different feed. We tried to do a different feed, and it could have been a combination of the sort. We wind up not taking those to the processor because we went from over 100 to like 34 or something like that. So we just decided, and then they grew slow. They were barely over 3.5 pounds, so we were kind of upset on that. We decided to get this next batch, but not as many. We started off with 60, had up to about 52 until Mrs. Naked Gardener witnessed it having a heart attack. But we did all the requirement for the first week. We kept them in our house, and we always do an inside for about a week, and then the next 2 weeks we put them out into the big brooder, and we get them slowly more acclimated into the outside temperatures. And then after week 3 we start putting them on grass, and we kind of monitor their feed from there. We tried to do similar what we would normally do with meat birds, selling them whole, where we give them feed for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. However, I was watching a video, I forgot who it was, but he was saying, and made a good point, that if you're going to piece them out, might as well just keep them feed 24 hours on there just to bulk them up. That way you get a larger breast, a larger thigh, and larger drumsticks and wings and stuff. So unfortunately, I think we changed that with the last week. We just kept their feed inside and kept it no more than 10% less than what they were had in the beginning of the morning. And so now that we got to the processor, we got all of our cuts. A lot of these, well, I wouldn't say a lot. We got some orders already before we even picked them up. I was kind of hesitant and worried, because last night we had a major thunderstorm, and anybody that raised Cornish cross knows that they are almost as bad as turkeys. They will die in a minute. One of the main reasons why we don't particularly like raising these, we like raising our American breasts. They're more of a heritage breed, but we'll talk about that on a later video. I think Mrs. Naked Gardener did a video about that. But what we want to do now is we want to see the packaging. We roughly got to see some of the packaging at the processor. We're going to open them up, see the lightest weight of each one of these cuts, and see which one was the heaviest, get the average from there, and get the quantity, how many that we have from each one. So let's check it out. So here are the chicken wings. I'm gonna put the wings right here. We got, actually, let me mark it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're missing something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, might have to do like 5 peppers or something.
Freezer waiting, you know what I mean?
Whew, man. This is very exciting. I'm happy about it. Like the missus said, we already have some orders ready to be filled up. The next thing that we have to do now is just to grab some of the labels and put it on each one of these packs. I think we're going to start off with the breast and then work our way down and not do the feet or the carcass, just to see where we're at with the labels. We might have to even order some more labels, but we got the labels from Texas Poultry Shrink Bags. We'll put the links down below where you can go to get those. These aren't our bags though, just the labels. Mrs. Nickagarden has to pack some of these for the orders for Tuesday at the Paris Rico Ring. It's going to be at Atwoods. We'll put more information at the description down as well. And if you're part of our Facebook group, you can follow us there to know where we're going to be at. But all in all, I'm happy. Now let's put these into the freezer. Now, Mrs. Nickagarden did a video where she talked about our heritage breeds that we love to raise and also these meat birds. If you're interested about learning about our chickens, we'll put that off to the side and also in the description down below. Until the next video, let's grow together.